Let us begin with some journal entries. The question says that we are going to record in the books of Mahesh from Jabalpur. Okay. Now, the rate of CGST and SGST is 6% each and IGST is 12% each. The very first transaction says that machinery costing rupees 20,000 purchased from Indore. Indore, that means within the state itself. So it is an intra-state. So here we are going to levy intra-state GST. So for that we have to open two accounts. We have already discussed input CGST and input SGST. The machinery cost is said to be 20,000, on which we are going to levy 6% of CGST and 6% of SGST. That comes to 1200. That means the total amount payable will be 22,400, being machinery purchased from Indore. So I hope that this particular transaction is clear. Whenever we are making any purchases, whether it is a goods, whether it is a services, whether it is an asset, you have to debit input. So input CGST and input IGST account to be opened. The second transaction says that goods costing rupees 50,000 purchased from Karan, Raipur. Okay, Raipur, that means some other state. So here we are going to, it is an interstate purchases. Whenever there is an interstate purchases, we have to open IGST account, input IGST account. So purchases as it is, again we are going to debit a purchases to Karan account. Why we are crediting Karan? Because he is said to be a creditor now. So purchases account debited by 50,000. 12% of IGST will be 6,000. Total amount due to Karan will be 56,000. So this will be your second journal entry. Why we have opened here input IGST? Because it is an interstate supply of goods. Okay. Next transaction, third transaction says that goods costing rupees 10,000 sold in Katni. Katni, that means again within the state, the supplier in the books which we are writing, he belongs to a person belongs to Madhya Pradesh only. So again here we are going to charge CGST and SGST. In case of sales, which account to be opened? Output CGST and output SGST. Okay. So here we are going to open an account output CGST and output SGST. So your entry will be cash account debited to sales account to output CGST and to output SGST. 6%, 10,000, 6% comes to 600 and 600 total amount you have collected from a supplier is 11,200. I hope that this thing is clear. Here it is within the state itself, that means intra-state supply of goods. So you have to open an output. In case of sales, we are going to open output. In case of purchases, we are going to open an input. Okay. So here we are going to open an output CGST and output SGST account. Moving on further, last thing says that goods costing rupees 20,000 sold to Madhur. Why we are writing Madhur here? Because it is a credit transaction. These two are said to be the cash transaction. So read the question carefully whether it is a cash transaction or a credit transaction. So when we are selling these goods to Madhur, he belongs to Nagpur. Again, it is a interstate supply of goods. So to sales account it will be 20,000. We sold the goods costing rupees 20,000. On 20,000 we are going to charge 12% of your tax. So IGST will be, output IGST account will be 7,200. Okay. We are going to charge a tax of 12%, that comes to 2,400. Okay. So the total amount payable from Madhur will be 22,400. So again it is the same rate is said to be there. So here if you are going to charge 12% on 20,000, that comes to 2,400 and total amount due from Madhur will be 22,400. So keep it in mind, when we are purchasing goods, input CGST, SGST. When we are selling goods, output CGST, SGST. It will be in case of intrastate. In case of interstate, it will be IGST. For purchases, input IGST. For sales, output IGST. Every time keep it in mind that GST will be debited or credited along with the assets purchases or debited along with the assets purchases or sales. Okay, that's it for today.